Welcome to my portfolio presentation. During the semester, I've been able to develop extensively in 4 major areas of the Quest 2 program: content, teaching, technology, and child-focused learning and development. 2 mathematics lessons I taught highlighted the importance of the child and their developmental learning over all other standards. The first lesson I taught was in a kindergarten class. I taught the students how to create AB and ABA patterns with Fruit Loops. I watched the students closely to see if they understood the concept of the activity. Not only did they stay actively engaged throughout the entire lesson, but they also answered my critical thinking questions correctly. I even tried tricking them to see if they would catch my incorrect patterns, but they were quick to correct me. I think that the students felt safe in their learning atmosphere enough to open up to the concept and fully engage themselves in it without reservation. The second math lesson I taught was with coins and currency. Here, I instructed kindergartners in the counting with pennies from 1 to 5 and the conversions to a nickel. While I had prepared for this lesson to be simple, some of the students did not grasp the concept as well as others. I immediately adapted the lesson to work around their developmental needs and finished the lesson counting only to 5. This lesson taught me to be prepared, to mold around my students, and to be aware of their developmental needs. By constantly reminding myself that the child is the center of the lesson, I will always be prepared for any modifications I may need to make during a lesson. My 2 technology-focused lessons provided a great opportunity for me to integrate technology into my own personal learning as well as my teaching experiences. The Powers of 10 timeline was a group mathematics assignment where we were required to create a timeline of current and past artifacts that followed the base 10 guidelines. This activity was uploaded onto Microsoft PowerPoint and presented among our cluster. Another way technology was integrated into my educational development was by teaching. I taught a lesson during my first rotation where students watched a power play that I had created in Quest 1. I taught a language arts lesson in which students explored characteristics of the beach. Not only did this expose the students to technology, but it also provided as an eye-catcher to get them involved in the content. By integrating the technology in the lesson, I was able to motivate the students during the lesson by using the video as a basis of their ideas for their creative artwork. Technology is very important to me in my field. It can be used not only to present a collection of work in a professional manner, but it can also be used to extend the everyday classroom routine into an exploration of learning. Here is a student in the classroom that drew herself at the beach. She also drew her neck for the first time. I also chose 2 assignments for my content area. My Science Teaching Experience folder was a compilation of my science lessons that I taught this semester. The folder included background information, professional evaluations, personal reflections, and student examples. My geometry scavenger hunt was a group activity where we were required to find specific geometric shapes that were naturally occurring and man-made. Both of these lessons highlighted content importance by not only assigning the presentation of the lesson, but also requiring extensive background knowledge of the content. I also chose 2 assignments for my teaching-focused examples. I attended a professional development workshop at the Houston Zoo where I had the chance to experience new ideas to implement in the classroom. Most of the workshops provided great insight in child development, classroom management skills, and hands-on lessons. I also learned how to express my creative writing through nature observations. Another teaching-focused activity I experienced during this semester was on a science field trip at the Robert A. Vines Environmental Center. This is a free exhibit that contains several rooms for exploration in nature, including science history, wildlife, research, and environmental awareness. This field trip gave me the chance to not only find teaching areas in my community, but also how to create a great learning experience for all of my students. I feel that it can be difficult to integrate certain forms of teaching exclusively in the classroom, but these workshops and exhibits provided great opportunities for me to extend outside of the classroom and develop learning throughout the community. In conclusion, I feel that I have learned many new things throughout my entire experience in Quest 2. Not only have I been able to develop in all 4 of these focused areas, but I have also made it a personal goal to always remember who I am responsible for throughout my own development: the students.